cattle compensation where cases of corruption were reported.
It was a meeting meant to resolve a serious matter of national concern, cattle compensation that has been mismanaged. Due to corruption, the process has been mishandled.
In response, budgeted for 200 billion to pay cattle composition in the financial year 2021-2022. I also want to highlight here that, Your Excellency, this financial year, as a parliament, we passed a budget of 150 billion, which will be used for the compensation of these lost animals.
The leaders described the process as one harboring thieves.
It is very easy, Your Excellency, to notice a villager with money. And simply because the money is going to rich people, they are seated quietly. And they are over-exaggerating the number of animals. They are being compensated and they are keeping quiet.
Other leaders were equally puzzled.
I must say the statistics is not true. And we are going home when we are not happy.
President Museveni then ordered that a committee be established to oversee the audit process and guide government on the next direction.
Audit the 4,000 or paid and how much?
And
also audit the 12,000 verified but not yet paid.
Nio dano alibapa wiario madongi mogono mioroge chulgi entropia ge chulogene angage.
And you a committee to see how do we move now.
And currently the recommendation is to have 2 members from each of the categories of the interest groups of the different groups, elderly, councillors, LC5 and all these groups. They will have two representatives in that committee.
Actually, leaders, including ministers and members of parliament, welcome the idea.
I pray that the committee that is going to be formed tonight, let them work expeditiously, let them work with honesty, so that our people, get what really belongs to them.
So it is the highest time that the government has taken the right time so that the cattle compensation is done. If at all the government will think about, again, restocking, that will be another time altogether.
As for what next, this will be known after 1 month.
By that time, the committee shall have gotten all the facts.
No committee achel o berodok jamme onyo kwet maguno romokonyo.
This is what I propose.
That will be occupied with scrutinizing the whole process, scrutinize the whole process and come up with a recommendation to government on what is the most effective way to conclude this cattle compensation business.
But the general consensus we have built, or the general understanding that we have got right from Teso community, Lango community and here, is that instead of paying the individual claimants, we would rather scale it down to every household so that we give them maybe between 2 to 5 cows.
How far the idea of fronting a flat cattle rate for each household will go, as recently adopted in Teso sub-region, only time will tell. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thanks, Henry, for that story there. Now, let's take you back to Mbale, because we just cannot go away from Mbale tonight without giving you the ambience that has been there. But it was a thrill early this afternoon as Cranes fans headed to Mbale Stadium to watch the last group match of the Uganda Cranes. Now, they were joined by British sports commentator Rob Walker and his family. Uganda Railways Corporation train has become one of the most popular means of transport during this time, with fans flocking in large numbers to avoid the heavy traffic jam always encountered along Ginger Road. Take a watch.
At the Kampala railway station, a huge crowd of supporters eagerly awaited to board. Ticketing staff issued tickets quickly to ensure the train departs on time. Amidst excitement, British sports commentator Rob Walker arrived with his family, accompanied by a team from Uganda Tourism Board led by CEO Juliana Kagwa. They were received by Uganda Railway Corporation CEO Benon Kajune, who personally ushered them to the ticketing section before joining fans on the platform to wait for the train.
Of Africa, what an exciting night this is for the Cranes. A draw or a win, I believe, and Uganda will be through to the quarter-finals for the first time in their history. As I always say, when Joshua Cheptegei wins a gold medal, cometh the hour, cometh the Ugandans. This is the Cranes' night to shine. Come on.
For Rob Walker, this was his first time train ride in Uganda, and he appreciated the service in allowing fans to reach Nambola in no time.
We've been advised to travel to the match on the train, which is fantastic because it means we get up close and personal with the real atmosphere of the fans and the sense of excitement building throughout the capital. The roads were packed, the train is ready, and this is going to be another brilliant journey. I've been coming here for 20 years and I've never used the train until tonight. So
Rob Walker, impressed by the train service, had hope about Uganda Cranes' performance to advance to the next round.
I've been coming to Uganda for 20 years, one of my favourite places in the world because it's one of the friendliest places in the world. My family and I have been made to feel very welcome on this trip, and we're honoured to be part of such a special, massive night for Ugandan sport. I'm really excited to go to the match. It's the first time I've watched a football match live on the African continent since the World Cup in 2010 when I saw Didier Drogba play for Côte d'Ivoire. So really excited tonight, and I really hope Uganda do it.
Uganda Tourism Board CEO Juliana Kagwa emphasized that the service is a great boost, and they join Ugandans in praying for the Cranes' victory tonight.
At Uganda Railway Station, courtesy of Edie over here. How are you, Edie? This is the fastest way to reach Mbale, and we want to thank Edie for all the good work he's doing and making Mbale accessible. Today, we are in Mbale. Today, Uganda Cranes fly.
Uganda Railway CEO Benon Kajuna emphasized commitment to provide reliable services for Ugandans.
Congratulate Uganda Cranes so far for the performance given, and I would like to wish them a fruitful game this evening. And let me take the opportunity now to thank Ugandans for supporting Uganda Railways Corporation, because this is a mass transit transport. We are transporting very many fans to the Mbale Stadium, and we promise to give a better service in the future, and we also promise to keep giving more service to passengers who are going to Mbale to watch football.
Excited, first of all, to see that we are going to support Uganda Cranes today. It's an exciting day for each and every one, and as UBC we are very excited to be part of this tournament. We will continue to support Uganda Cranes and also support other government initiatives like this. And I also want to thank the Uganda Railways for putting up a very fair price to transport all the fans all the way from Kampala to Mbale.
Fans, together with Rob Walker and the UTB team, seemed to enjoy the ride, waving out of the train as they headed towards Mbale Stadium.
Oh, that was amazing. It was fantastic. Much better than driving. Just such a sense of energy about the match and drawing up and seeing the Nelson Mandela Stadium. This is going to be a brilliant night. Can't wait.
Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara and Jamil Sekaja.
British sports commentator Rob Walker there on a Ugandan train, of course, going to watch this game between Uganda Cranes and South Africa. And of course, before that game, it was fanfare at Nelson Mandela National Stadium, Mbale, and so many people were happy, and they had their expectations. And UBC TV talked to some people to give their view in as far as their expectations towards the match was concerned.
Awa 12 ez'okumakya tugenda kudda nca era ne jaamu mungi.
Kitukakatako okubanga tuwagira ensi yaffe temutubuuza gye tulaze olw'ensonga emu oba bbiri tugenda kuwagira nsi yaffe Uganda egenda kuba South Africa. Abakyala mutusonyiire ddala bamama baffe abalungi.
Young and old, dressed in national colors, excited Uganda Cranes football fans have stormed Mbale National Stadium to exhibit support for the national football team. The fans told UBC TV their predictions on what the outcome will be when the Cranes lock horns with the South African football team in the CHAN tournament.
Anti lera South Africa bagenda tegeera abasinga okuba amapiano tugenda bakuba tumete bakube n'amapiano olwayire egenda bera fair game nyama bagambe ki
bajjanga bakuse bagenda kakasa lwaki Mbale tambule weekera bazigenye gateekawa
bagenda kakasa lwaki abakazi abasinga nnyo abava Uganda
sinzira nti Uganda tubadde tetuyitangako kuva mu kibinja kya CHAN kyonna omupiira gwa leero ng'ate guli waka Uganda egenda guwangula ne goolo 3-0
tetulina bingi bye tusuubira naye tusuubira buwanguzi
ne bageza ne bankuba omupiira nja kusenguka mu Uganda ngende Mbalala.
However, not all was well for the fans, as some their tickets were rejected at the stadium, citing that the tickets were already used. This is what the disappointed fans had to say.
We've bought tickets. Reaching here, they are telling us that it was used 1 hour ago.
He sells fake tickets. You come to the stadium and they tell you your ticket has been used 1 hour, 2 hours.
Twaguze tiketi nze nina tiketi 3 naye nze ne bannange twaguze tiketi tugenze otuuka ku kisaawe nga batugamba tiketi bazikozesezza naye nga twaziguze ku fufa.
Alan Okello, Jude Semugabi, Regan Ahimsiwe and Hilary Mukundane are some of the Cranes players, while Molewe Kwaso leads the Uganda Cranes tactician team. Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara, Jizamba.
Thanks, Helen, for that story there. Now let's move to other news. And of course, I know before we move to that, to those other stories, I know right now, Mbale area, Chireka, it is party after party because Ugandans are very excited about this win. Now, Uganda Police, Uganda Heart Institute, and the National Drug Authority have arrested 2 men suspected of selling fake drugs claiming to cure heart disease. The arrest follows a complaint by a worker, Dr. Okello Imi, to the police about people using his name to advertise the drug.
These are some of the drugs named Hypergard that are claimed to cure hypertension, which the police have seized during its operation. This follows a complaint raised by Uganda Heart Institute about certain individuals using fake identity claiming to work in the institute and end up selling fake drugs to the public.
So when you see someone coming online, going on Facebook or Instagram and saying Dr. Okello is saying you should take this drug, do not believe that. We never do anything like that. Please, we're here to safeguard your health.
We are investigating a case that involved someone illegally promoting medicine that with claims that it cures heart problems.
Dr. Omagino John, director of Uganda Heart Institute, says this act is very dangerous because many people have developed a lot of various diseases due to fake drugs given to them by unauthorized individuals.
The Uganda Heart Institute is working closely with the Uganda Police and the National Drug Authority, successfully uncovered and stopped a dangerous scam in which individuals were impersonating Uganda Heart Institute doctors to promote fake drugs.
Abiaz Ramiri, spokesperson of the National Drug Authority, said the seized drugs were found in a box in a house around Nakasero and warned people to avoid using every drug advertised on social media.
This drug is not genuine. If you open like this, see what the leaflet is. It's an empty box. A manufacturer of a genuine product puts a drug, the user information that contains, the side effects.
Luke Owesigiri, Deputy Police spokesperson said the suspect Ogenga Nicholas was found with various drugs and will be arraigned in court.
Last week led us to a recovery of these items here. After getting a report of who's behind the social media posts, we made an arrest, and that arrest led us to the arrest of one Ogenga Nicholas.
The suspects are detained at Wandegeya police station.
But preliminary findings show that these drugs are not known and have not been cleared to be in the country. So we are going to forward the file to the office of the RSA for advice.
National Drug Authority and Uganda Police have carried out several operations and arrested suspects found unlawfully selling drugs.
But the one that is not authorized?
Police have reminded parents and guardians on the safety of minors during holidays over reckless corporal punishment and negligence of children to labor. Police spokesperson Chituma Soke reiterated the need for parents to safeguard their children from predatory relatives and guard against nudity in the community.
Police have set guidelines for parents to follow as children in lower learning institutions return from school for holidays. They have cautioned parents against neglecting minors, which could expose them to sexual abuse.
Some of these children are sent at awkward hours. You find a 15-year-old girl has been sent to the shop at 9 p.m. What ends up is a police case of defilement. So it is the duty of the police on one side to punish the offenders, but it is also our responsibility to tell you upfront.
The increasing exposure to internet nudity and explicit images to minors is also a big concern.
The laws are there. We have laws which govern the use of electronic gadgets, and we know how to connect as law enforcers the child to the phone and ultimately to the owner of the phone. When a child uses your electronic gadget to commit an offense, there is a likelihood that you, the parent, will be brought into the triangle of the offense. You will at some point find yourself being brought.
Guardians are warned on the existing law against corporal punishment.
As a law enforcement body, we can't run away from this responsibility of communicating. Don't beat these children. Find other means and methods through which you can communicate discipline.
With increasing concern on child safety every holiday, parental neglect will affect the safety of children. Meanwhile, police have clamped down on tomorrow's planned protest by Kasita, urging for peaceful understanding between the two parties.
The most important thing is how do we resolve conflicts, especially using non-antagonistic approaches. And so I would like to mention that we are in contact, and we have high hopes that we can shed it off without necessarily going antagonistic.
Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasir Luwama for UBC.
The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development has unveiled a strategy of connecting people's houses to the national grid for free in Kiboga district. While launching this exercise in Bukomero, the Minister for Energy, Ruth Nankabirwa, urged residents to shun illegal connections and venture into value addition projects. We have more in this story.
With the implementation of Electricity Access Scale-Up project, government targets to connect at least 1 million households on the national grid for free, basically in rural areas. The Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, Ruth Nankabirwa, launched this connection exercise in Kiboga district.
Where there is no network,
we have to follow the government's rural electrification program to extend power, because we are targeting the parishes where a lot of activities are going to take place. Value addition, plus the primary schools. In every parish, you must have a primary school that use, computers that need electricity.
Nankabira rallied residents to desist from illegal connections and utilize the voluntary window of Wetereze by UETCL,
whereby we are calling upon people who have been stealing to repent, abandon the act, and get a meter freely, and then benefit. And we have registered a number of people.
The Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited has dispatched teams and materials to implement this project.
Each and every office in the country, including Chiboga and where Bukomero is reporting to at our office, we've stationed a mini store to store each and every office with materials for connection. That's one. We have also deployed teams across the country. We have deployed 850 technicians, but as the demand increases, we have an allowance to deploy up to 1,200.
Households will pay at least 23,000 shillings basically for inspection before they are connected.
The meter is free, solid is free. What you have to do is to pay for inspection, and it will be connected on time with the technician is properly lined up, the materials flowing through our stores in UDCL. So the population should be happy and delighted for this service.
Government acquired a World Bank loan of $638 million to distribute and connect electricity to connect 1 million households by 2027. Cayenne Faith, Abdul Nasir Luwama.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development has started phasing out the use of polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, by 2028. A phase out of PCBs results from the impact on human health and the environment, which led to a global phase out under the Stockholm Convention.
Speaking at the inception workshop, the Assistant Commissioner for Health, Safety and Environment at the Ministry, Caroline Aguti, described PCBs as hazardous chemicals commonly found in transformers and other electric equipment.
PCBs, you could call it the transformer oil that is being used in transformers, but also other equipment within the electricity value chain. But because of its impacts on the environment, its impact on the ecosystems, its impact on the health of the people, it was phased out.
The phase out of PCBs results from the Stockholm Convention, to which Uganda is a signatory.
We are now focusing on using PCB-free insulating oil that is free of PCB.
Transformers with oil containing over 50 parts per million of PCBs will be removed, dismantled, and either destroyed or safely transported abroad for disposal.
Some of the equipment that is contaminated with polychlorinated biphenyls and is above 50 ppm has to be removed off from the network, and it should be destroyed.
With support from the Global Environment Facility and the African Development Bank, the implementing partner, the grant will focus on environmental and social safeguards, waste management, and public health protection.
The Inception mission, necessary national PCB baseline information that is critical to the development of the child project will be collected. And this information might include contaminated sites, if there are contaminated sites that are available. It's important that this information is provided so that it's addressed during the preparation of the project.
They have adverse effect on human health and the environment. So that's why they were picked on as chemicals of interest, and that's why the entire globe is concerned about them.
Mary Namkose, Mike Bakablindi, UBC News.
We'll now take a short break, but we'll be returning with much more. Stay with us.
Big think about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustai rompia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabibiona. MTN kabo de super mustai rompia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpora in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN. MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. High Court Criminal Division has set the 1st of September 2025 to start hearing the case of Colonel retired Dr. Kizza Besigye, Haji Obed Lutale and Captain Olalo Dennis. The trio are facing 2 counts of treason and misprision of treason. The case is before Judge Emmanuel Baguma of High Court Criminal Division in Kampala. The hearing of the case follows Judge Emmanuel Baguma's order to the registrar to immediately set the case for hearing. Last week, Judge Emmanuel Baguma declined to grant Dr. Kizza Besigye, Haji Obed Lutale bail on grounds that they have not clocked the mandatory period. Still in the courts of law, Buganda Road Chief Magistrates Court has charged a Tunomjuni Nathan Coxon, aged 59 years, with 1 count of conspiracy to defraud government over 2 billion money meant for Uganda Liberal Teachers SACCO. According to prosecution, the money was for buying 500 acres of land at Block 3, Kaboya, Changwari Sub-County. Tunomjuni Nathan Coxon is jointly charged with Esingwa Hassan Maganda and Mutesa Sira Evans Kaganizo, the chairperson of the SACCO. Esingwa Hassan, Maganda and Mutesa Sira Evans, Kaganizo, who are already on remand, are facing charges of obtaining money by false pretense and conspiracy to defraud the same amount of money. Prosecution informed court that investigations are still ongoing. Since Twinomjuni Nathan Coxon did not have sureties, Chief Magistrate Ronald Kaize remanded him until 13th of September 2025 for mention of the case. To Lira now, where attention is brewing in Lira City after posters belonging to UPC party candidate and gender minister Betty Amongi were found removed and dumped. Amongi, who is seeking the Lira City Woman Member of Parliament seat, accuses rival Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, together with the city mayor and the RCC, of masterminding the act. Her husband, also UPC President Jimmy Akena, is threatening political action.
The streets of Lira City were littered with the campaign posters belonging to Gender Minister Betty Amongi, but they had been torn down. Amongi, who is eyeing the Lira City Woman MP seat, together with her husband Jim Akena, traced the damn posters to the offices of Lira City Works Department. The couple later marched to Lira City Police Station to file a complaint.
Removal of candidates' posters actually defacing. So formally, there is nobody who has yet been nominated as a candidate. So that means at the moment, what are we investigating?
Bringing down of posters does not augur well for democracy. There are posters all over the country. Let us not pretend.
UPC's party president Jim Akena, also husband to Minister Amongi, insists the act is political sabotage.
If this is the direction the government thinks, or the operations of those who are supposedly supporting the government, I am going to show them what politics is. I'm going to show them what substance in politics. I'm going to show them what policy is on how we can develop this country of ours.
Everybody contesting now, aspiring, have their posters all over the city. The only difference with me is because I have overwhelming support to defeat Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, and that is the fear.
Meanwhile, Lira City Mayor Sam Matul, whose name surfaced in the allegations, has denied the allegations leveled against him.
But even if it were to be an operation by council, the mayor cannot and is not allowed under any law to directly go out there, maybe to even collect trading licenses, whatever it is.
Police have advised all prospective candidates to follow Electoral Commission guidelines. It warns that campaigns remain illegal until nominations are concluded.
That means, as of now, we still don't have any candidate.
Today, Akena joined his wife Betty Amongi in restoring the posters across the city.
Today, we have launched the placing of the banners back where it was. So I want to thank our supporters for all the strength and courage they have exhibited.
The contest against Dr. Jane Acheng remains one of the most closely watched races in Lira City. Eddie Ulwa, UBC News.
Delegates from Kigezi and Ankole sub-regions have unanimously endorsed King Caesar Augustus Mulenga for National Chairperson Entrepreneurs League in the coming Party Central Executive Committee elections happening on Monday, the 25th of August 2025. Now, this commitment has been confirmed at the sub-regional delegates conference held in Ntungamo and Mbale City on Monday, 18th August 2025.
The name King Caesar Augustus Mulenga seems to have become a national asset to impact and touch lives. This has been part of the testimonies from Kigezi sub-region entrepreneurship delegates while meeting King Caesar in Entonga municipality. The delegates hailed Caesar for constructively serving his country, Uganda.
abantu bona begiye kuhinga obucoori ebihimbo nibyo bitukozera binazi. Their value shilling 500 shillings zitaragura n'ekibindi ekiro 500 what shillings. They cannot buy even what a matchbox. Why can't we run and look at what God has created and get out to the one that has more what? Value.
At this meeting, Mulenga interacted with delegates from the districts of Rukongiri, Kabale, Kanungu, Ntongamo, Ruchiga, Ksoro, and Rwanda.
Mube ba komanda, mube ba chi? Muronda karuru bona hokari. Nitwe tugira umwerembezi mu Kigezi, kuriya hatopo. Abantu bitu bagire batuhire bagire bona baragira ki? Bararugamo ndugu akarugamo ndugu Mbabazi yarugamo ndugu Emmanuel Ruhanga yagira ki? Namutwara bamateke baheredazi barugiremo.
From Ntungamo, Mulenga convened another delegates conference in Mbale city. He conferenced with delegates from Greater Ankole sub-region districts of Kiruhura, Kazo, Mitoma, Isingiro, Mbale city, Mbale district, Ibanda, Chitakwenda, Shema, among others.
King Caesar nyenda kusima vari bagenerwa kugitaho in churches o mashomero konko gitebe byona obani entrepreneurs obani education. You are adding value to the human resource.
And because he came into the race, entrepreneurs are enjoying. People even going up to Nairobi.
Mulenga has assured Ankole sub-region delegates that his candidacy is coining the future of entrepreneurs.
You have a stake. Mwinemo stake mujeje ntevi mwena. Tikwe, all of us have a stake in this position. Let each one declare himself or herself a mobilizer.
From Greater Ankole, Mulenga now takes his SEC campaign trail to Toro and Rwenzori sub-regions. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Let's go to Napak, where Napak District Member of Parliament Faith Nakut Loru Chuna has expressed deep concern over the rising number of children being trafficked from Napak to the streets of Kampala, where many are forced into street begging and some exploited for casual work and house helpers. Nakut raised the issue while visiting residents of Odiche village in Napak, where she also took the opportunity to thank voters for their continued trust in her and for supporting her candidacy in the recent NRM party elections.
Napak district is one of the 9 districts that make up Karamoja sub-region. It faces chronic hunger, widespread poverty and harsh climatic conditions despite being located along the fertile crescent of Karamoja.
Nakut is our woman member of parliament, Napak, but she's actually someone who can talk in the parliament, not just sleeping when you go there. There are people when they go to parliament, you'll find that they are hiding people's poverty by keeping quiet, not telling out what is happening in their area.
We have a problem for sure for us here in Mbale or in Napak, where there are students who are now dropouts. They are now loitering at home here, no assistance. Now we are requesting Honorable Nakut to help us, to take some of us to courses like those driving, tailoring, carpentry, those are what courses we want.
However, trafficking of children to beg on the streets of Kampala and elsewhere, with others exploited for casual work, is hurting of a girl child.
We have a lot of challenges in Karamoja. You know, specifically in Napak, us here in Napak, I don't know how it started, but I just came to realize that most Karamojans have left Karamoja. The children of Karamoja are not living in Karamoja. So most of the children, especially the young girls, they have left Karamoja, they have gone to Nairobi. When children, you have been hearing that Karamojans are begging in the streets of Kampala, they are in Kampala, but that time it was still children, but this time it's adults. So many young girls and mothers have left their homeland.
The woman representative for Napak district, Nakut Faith Chuna Loru, is advocating against the child trafficking in the region.
This district of ours leads, by the way, it's among the top districts in Uganda that is battling household poverty. As you know, that we have a number of our people who have evacuated themselves to other towns and other countries to work as housemaids, to work as shepherds in people's farms. So there is a lot of work to do with tackling the household poverty and also ensuring that our children, our young people have the required skill that they can sell.
Nakot thanked residents and voters for the support after she secured the party card in the recent NRM elections. She praised the NRM tribunal set up to handle complaints from election petitions.
I think that tribunal is composed of very competent people. If they were not competent, they would have perhaps overturned our win. But because they were competent, they had the capacity to investigate up to the grassroots level, to check who had actually won, to check whether the people had voted, because one of the allegations the other party had made is that no elections happened in some villages where I won from. But because the tribunal was robust enough with capacity to investigate up to the villages, they confirmed that the elections indeed happened and they upheld our victory.
Napak residents and voters appeal to President Museveni to prioritize Napak in development efforts.
Let's cross to Ntoroko district now, where residents of Rwebisengo sub-county in Ntoroko district have staged a peaceful demonstration protesting the election results for their incumbent member of parliament, Rwemulicha Ivanda Gerald. They cite election malpractice.
Residents are demonstrating and want their leader to contest as independent after failing the NRM primaries. The seemingly residents cite multiple voting, ghost polling stations at Nyakakuku and Nyamisingiri, Chabikunguru 2, Kanara and Kimara South, with some polling stations belonging to Kabarore district.
Ukwalanga no maneme ki 12, 13 ineso malaini. Twarukanze complaininga mbanze tutu. Awali muongwe. No mwana wali muongwe bakamubara.
Wasanga ko muntu ahali mu LC ina nakoma hano nairuka nakoma hali nairuka nakoma hali entekaniza ya karuru kena remo etabe nungi abantu tabe certified nayo
tutama amani amaingi tubalekere batunge bendera yabo then yokumalira ebendera yabo tukole tugiba sweke.
Muntuwiri and Bomera David, residents of Ntoroko, are concerned over the voting by underage children below 12 years, people voting in the names of dead people.
Register bakagisoma umuntu gokubanza umuregister omuje kundiriza musakabazira updated kujaka barumuna babaraga abantu abamazire kufaka kandi echo kundiriza umuregister akabarumuna abana abanyate batakahikize nemyaka 18 abana b'imyaka 10 bakabari muri register hata umuntu akabana yesobero register ibayizire gukora niba izire kurekurutinga n'abana ba myaka 10 nabo bagende bakomi
ekintu kwenda Muzeyi Museveni yeije hano tumukambira obusasi bwitu obwaraba atayiziri Ntoroko tumukimanyire tuba abantu benaremo kandi ito tuli majority nyingi mutaroli jwere batukozerera.
Yeah, Ivanda Gerard, the Ntoroko County Member of Parliament, confirmed the irregularities and asked the NRM Electoral Commission to address the prevailing irregularities.
People in Ntoroko are not happy. One, they are saying I should be back as an independent. Two, they are saying the president should have that listening ear. That he should have those feelings that people in Ntoroko, his voters, and in Ntoroko we support President Museveni 100%. So people are saying now, some of them are getting tired. I fear that if people really go by those words, NRM might end up losing in Ntoroko district, which is very, very unfortunate. So I'm calling upon party members, especially His Excellency the President, the father of the nation that we love so much, please have a listening ear to the people of Ntoroko And these people meet a delegation that comes with what is coming from Ntoroko, so that we iron this before we go for the general elections.
Irene Faith Nantongo, Bridget Kabahenda, UBC News.
The Vice President of the National Unity Platform, NUP, Lina Zedriga, has picked nomination forms on behalf of Party President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu to run as the NUP flag bearer in the 2026 presidential elections. Take a watch.
She was accompanied by the NUP spokesperson Joel Senyonyi, Secretary General David Lewis Bongoya, and other executive members as the party launched its campaign under the theme, The New Uganda Now.
The new Uganda that we are talking about, first of all, in the previous campaign, our slogan was a new Uganda. For this particular campaign, we are saying a new Uganda now. It's more urgent than ever before. We want a new Uganda. What does a new Uganda look like? Where people go to public hospitals and they get treatment, they get attended to. Where our roads are in good shape because the money, the resources are available. Where our children go to these UPE public schools and they get quality education. A Uganda where young people who have been through school and all of that have opportunities available to them. A Uganda where all Ugandans are equal before and under the law. A Uganda where there are no human rights violations, where there is justice, where leaders are accountable to the people that they serve. That is the kind of Uganda that we are agitating for. And we are saying we want that new Uganda now.
Vice Chairperson for Western Uganda, Jolly Tukamshaba, urged members to vigilantly protect the vote.
Let's protect vigilantly our votes. I know the process will end here, but it begins down in our communities. So let's every community be vigilant in protecting and guarding the votes.
Joel Senyonyi has called for unhindered signature collection.
An election is a process. It does not happen on just the election date itself. No, it's an entire process, and this is part of the process. We are going out there to collect signatures. Our hope is that our people who are going to be collecting signatures will not be disrupted.
Meanwhile, DP's Secretary General Siranda confirmed their candidate, Norbert Mao, will be on the ballot, clarifying that the cooperation agreement with NRM is not a merger.
The agreement of DP and NRM is not a coalition. It's not a merger. We are DP. Have you seen me? I am carrying the symbol of DP. Have you seen me coming with Todong came here? The Honorable Todong picked his forms. We are here as DP. And I want to assure you and Ugandans who mispresent the cooperation agreement to show a merger. This is not a merger. We run our processes. You should have asked that process when we were in Barara, that why is DP holding a delegate conference when you are working with NRM?
Kawanguzi Paul for UBC News.
The leadership of opposition People's Front for Freedom political party has criticized the Electoral Commission for failure to demarcate electoral areas as mandated to them in Article 61 of the Constitution. The Vice Chairman, PFF Lulu Mbale, told the media that PFF demands an explanation from the Electoral Commission on the reorganization of boundaries of some councillors.
Political parties are implementing electoral roadmaps, with most of them at the stage of picking expression of interest forms and also returning nomination forms by people contesting in different positions. People's Front for Freedom Opposition political party at Katonga, the party electoral commission, is issuing nomination forms and receiving from aspiring candidates. The chairman, EC PFF Michael Kabazuguruka, urged those who have not yet returned nomination papers to do so for the party to determine its flag bearers.
Please bring back your papers. We are going to start with the LC5s, which we shall do over this weekend, then move to LC4, the mayors of the municipalities, and then to the local council 3 positions. For the positions of members of parliament, the nomination dates have been extended by almost a month to mid-October.
The party's vice chairman, Lulu Mbale, says the Electoral Commission has failed on its constitutional mandate to demarcate electoral areas.
No explanation was given. No explanation was given to political parties, but somehow we are seeing reorganization of boundaries of electoral areas for councillors in certain parts of the country.
I want to call upon Justice Byabakama and his commission to come out clearly and tell this country why they have failed to demarcate constituencies. Previously, they were saying that there was no census that has been conducted. But in the recent past, a census was conducted.
The implementation of the roadmap to 2025-2026 general elections actually began with demarcation of electoral areas at local government level. That happened last year, and that was closely followed by the organization of polling stations, because we...
Baiga also turned to the Chief Justice Owinyi Dolo to desist from making political statements, especially on the issue of giving bail to prisoners, because application for bail is a right.
Justice tell the country who were the judicial officers who reported that they were being intimidated or forced by lawyers to grant bail to their clients. I think statements such as this one seek to destroy the bad image already the judiciary is in.
Meanwhile, People's Front for Freedom has welcomed defectors from JEMA and National Resistance Movement Party and straight away handed over to them party cards.
To hand over this card, 5252, to Mr. Chifampa Siraje, freedom fighter. Jumba, you have got space and
Moving on now, following the launch of their manifesto last week, the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, is now reviewing key aspects of it. A major focus in today's review is the party's proposal to allocate 10% of their party budget to agriculture, signaling a strong commitment to the sector. FDC Deputy Spokesperson John Kikonyogo says the youth in Uganda are unemployed and lack recognition in national planning. He urges that prioritizing agriculture would open up job opportunities to steer young people away from engaging in negative behavior.
Allocate 10% of its national budget to agriculture. We intend to be modernizing agriculture through credit to farmers, extension services, irrigation systems, and promote value addition and cooperative-based marketing. Uganda is endowed. I think it's the best country in the world where you have more than 2 seasons a year. Anytime in Uganda you can grow anything and get the best out of it. What we are lacking in Uganda, how do we keep our quality? If you are growing a pineapple in Kayunga, how can you take it to international markets when all the pineapples are tasting the same? Because those who want quality. Some of you have moved out of Uganda, no. We need to do in Uganda, how do we market our things outside? That's what we are missing. That's why when we brought a presidential candidate, we brought you a candidate who has experience in this. We have the best coffee in the world. But our marketing has been very poor. That's why our candidate, when he was doing it in Bugisu, did not only encourage people to grow coffee, but he's helping them even to market it internationally.
Kampala Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago has condemned the illegal takeover of the Nakivubo drainage channel by city businessman Hamis Chigundu. He told the media at City Hall that KCCA is colliding with a business tycoon. Take a watch.
Of the 8 drainage channels in Kampala, that is Nakivubo, Lubigi, Chinawataka, Walufumbe, Kansanga, Nakamiro, Kalidubi, and Nalukolongo, Nakivubo is the main channel The Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago has lashed at businessman Hamis Chigundu of encroaching upon the Nakivubo channel without legal ownership documents.
Document of ownership of the land, the corridor. He has no land title, he has no lease, he has no MOU with us, the owners, the custodian of the property. He doesn't have an approved plan, which is a requirement for you to carry out any development. He doesn't have a NEMA certificate, which is a condition sine qua non before you carry out any development in a wetland. He doesn't have a holding permit, which would authorize him to carry out the exercise, that operation of cordoning off land.
Lukwago said City Council and ministers anonymously allowing the project to proceed is a failure to protect public assets.
It was a shocker to us, a terrible shocker, that councillors taking a universal decision to give away our drainage channel. It was a breach of the mandate they have with the people. We want to condemn the act of council taking a decision against public interest, against public good.
Therefore, the Lord Mayor has directed the suspension of all construction at the site.
We call upon all the councillors. We call upon all the MPs in Kampala. We call upon the mayors. We call upon all the elected leaders. Let's get together and fight to redeem our property. It's an obligation we all have. We have told you all these processes have been rooted in fraud. So the IGG must step in and investigate this kind of fraud and take action.
Nakivubo is Kampala's largest drainage channel, and encroaching upon it poses risk of flooding in the city.
Police in Elgon region have confirmed the death of a 50-year-old teacher, Cedric Mudulo, and his 12-year-old daughter, Vivian Nagudi, a pupil at Gangama Primary School. They perished in a heavy downpour with hailstorm lasting over 3 hours, which erased their house and a bridge connecting Lumumbwa Cell to Chivagala in Nagweya Ward, Northern Division, Mbale City.
Residents of Lumumbwa Cell in Nagweya Ward, Northern Division of Mbale City, woke up in grief after heavy downpour destroyed a home, claiming the lives of a father and his daughter.
Until this morning, when again got a call from one of my neighbors that we have got Shedraka dead, Mudulo Shedraka dead, but we are still looking for what? For the daughter.
Twagenza okuwulira munnaffe nti ku ssaawa 4 amazzi gagize eki gamututte.
Omwami ne mutabani we babadde bafumba sapa. Omwami ne mutabani we balugendeddemu.
By the time our team arrived at the scene, relatives of the deceased were organizing the transportation of the bodies to Bulambuli for a burial. They shared heartbreaking details of how the tragedy unfolded.
Police bakole bitu bya statement za bamalile katano unomeona le bakuletere moto kama angu kumane kuti mulambo gwa kuyirengo.
The rain started at around 7 p.m. and it increased as it started. Then at around 8, water flooded and swept them at night, the late and the daughter. At this moment, we got only the father, but the daughter we are still looking for.
The Elgon Region Police spokesperson, Taitika Rogers, confirmed the incident and urged locals to prioritize their safety during the ongoing heavy rains.
Taking serious concerns during this rainy season, because remember very well that in 2022, in the Nabuyonga incident, we lost very many people.
Urge the government to come in and take these people away and get them a good place where they can settle with their families.
Disaster department ejje edukirira abantu abatuze bafa abakoseddwa ezijje zisomesa abantu abazimba okumpi naki n'entabazi oba n'emigga.
The LC1 chairperson of Lumumba Cell, Mudebo Zakaria, has advised residents living near riverbanks to urgently relocate to safer areas to prevent further loss of life.
Call upon the people living around the river to vacate immediately, because we want their lives.
In addition to the lives lost, the downpour
Also washed away the bridge that connects Lumumba Cell to Chibagala, severely affecting movement.
We are looking up to government to help us about this bridge. The
Bugesu sub-region has experienced a series of natural disasters in recent years. Residents are urging the government to implement a long-term solution to mitigate the recurring disasters. Charity Marion Imnat and Muhammad Iga for you.
Techno and MTN. Together, our flash snap is unstoppable. Grab the Techno Camon 40 series and get free 9 GB of MTN data, valid for 3 months. Don't wait. Get your Techno Camon 40 today at Techno stores and MTN outlets. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala, 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Welcome back. Let's have a look at business news now. And over 100 artisans will be trained to prepare them for the export market, targeting opportunities in the United States of America. The Embassy of the Republic of Uganda in Washington and the US-based facilitator, Elaine Moore, engaged key players in the sector at the National Theatre before the 18th to 23rd August training here in Kampala. The program will equip artisans producing African crafts and souvenir merchandise with practical skills in product development, finishing techniques, and market alignment.
The Uganda Embassy in the US has arranged this. It's a great thing that they are reaching out to our artisans in a very unique way by bringing into the country somebody so experienced, somebody so exposed. And as we know, if our Ugandan crafts can get into the US market.
And my role is to help do the finish of that work, to create an opportunity for the work here to be recognized unilaterally throughout the world. And it's an easy job considering the artistry that is exhibited here. So my responsibility with these workshops will be to talk about how to critique the technical side of the finish and how to promote it, also how to develop some new products out of what you have indigenous to this material, to this country.
Scaling artisans, but also the whole issue of how do we expand the market for our cultural goods and services. Part of it is actually working on the quality, which is here to address. And this is just the beginning of the long journey.
My job is to show you what the global market accepts and to assist you into developing that kind of finish on your work.
And in sports news, we'll be leaving you with the highlights of the game that took place tonight at Mbale Stadium between Uganda Cranes and South Africa, where Uganda registered a historic quarter-final slot, the first ever in the CHAN tournament. From me and on behalf of the entire news crew tonight, we wish you a blessed night, but take a watch at those highlights.
For the Ugandans breaking with purpose. Jonah Kakande, the mixologist now, trying to mix up things, and up goes Kakande, lays it back, Jude Samugabi! Jude Samugabi from Mityana scores his very first goal in CHAN. The break was awesome, and the goal was unstoppable. What a fine goal from Jude Samugabi! Uganda Cranes in their very own bucket. Joel Mutakuba came close to working his magic, but look at that for a goal. Beautifully finished. Shai. Oh, just throw! Thabiso Kutumela scoring the second goal of the night. And those will be 3 goals for Thabiso Kutumela in CHAN. The defense of Uganda are sleepy, and the South Africans get what they have actually come for. A lead in Mbale. This is going to be tearing for the Uganda Cranes. It's going to be really, really tricky for them. And for the South Africans, like I said, it's a game of chase. How do you play your pieces? The entire defense got flat-footed really, and bam! Thabiso Kutumela outsmarting, really outsmarting Bihogo Hilary Mukundane. Trouble in paradise. Trouble. The boy from Mayuke, Toraj Rogers, takes his time. Toraj! Plays like a true captain. Wonderful from him. Mbale in ecstasy. Everybody can't believe this. The Uganda, the boy from Mayuke, Toraj Rogers, takes his time. Toraj! Plays like a true captain. Wonderful from him. Mbale in ecstasy. Everybody can't believe this. The Uganda Cranes cannot believe that this is happening.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.